Hello, Superset Maniacs, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just joking. This is not Superset Man, although he has a very good channel, and I urge you to go subscribe to the Superset Man's channel. He laid down the challenge to me along with several other YouTube channels. He pieced together all this footage of Andrew Jacked, Hadi Choopan, Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, and Samson Dauda, all from their latest versions. We have the Texas Pro for Jacked, Arnold Classic for Hadi Choopan, 2023 Mr. Olympia for Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, the New York Pro, and the Arnold Classic UK for Samson Dauda. So 2024 for everybody but Derek Lunsford here. So Superset Man has laid down the challenge. We're going to go through these poses one by one. And of course, guys, I will give you my opinion. And like I said, go watch all of the other YouTube channels, including Superset Man. Of course, he's leading the charge here. And we can pretty much get the gist of where these dudes are going to be placing come Olympia time. So without further ado, front double bicep pose. There's 5 guys here, so we can waste no more time. Interesting indeed. I have Andrew Jacked in a strong first place here. Well, using this footage, I think Andrew Jacked, he does easily look the best. But make no mistake about it, I think that Samson Dauda could absolutely give Andrew Jacked a run for his money in this front double bicep pose. But we gotta go with the footage we have. Derek Lunsford, underrated in this shot. The torso heap is unbelievable. Then you got Nick Walker, who is very complete, maybe the best set of arms in the entire lineup. This whole roster of stars. But maybe the least best midsection. Least best? Now, I'm not going to do this for every shot, guys. But here is a nice picture of everybody. And we can't do it for Samson Dauda. He doesn't have all of the shots from the Arnold Classic UK, which is unfortunate why you don't see too many comparisons. But luckily, Superset Man set us up with this footage. But yes, using these ones, you can really see that Samson, he is nobody's fool. And Hadi Choopan, ring-a-ding-ding, he looks a lot better. He looks a lot better in this footage, so he is a strong candidate for a second place, maybe a tie match with him and Samson Dauda. Of course, we have no ties in this one. We have no ties with the IFBB either. That's too bad. That's very unfortunate. Derek versus Nick. That's a matchup on its own. I think we're going to give Hadi the edge over both of those two dudes, with Samson maybe getting a second place with first to Big Jacked. Big Andrew Jacked. So Derek or Nick last in line in the first shot? Wow. This is interesting. Go to the next shot, which is, of course, the front lat spread, which is a decent pose. One of Mark's Max Muscle's personal favorite. We're going to give Hadi Choopan the victory over your Derek Lunsfords and your Nick Walkers. He just seems to have more of it. If by it you mean Dorian-esque lats. And a V-taper as well. The midsection of Derek and Nick, maybe not the best. Derek is improving, and so is Nick, believe it or not. Believe it or not, Nick's not too bad, but he's still getting third in this, in the middle guys. Now, I did leave out Andrew Jacked and Samson Dauda. Bring a closer up shot of these two dudes. If I had said Samson was beating Andrew Jacked, you guys would have pelted rocks at my house, for goodness sakes, and maybe deservedly so. But Samson, you have to admit, he is a lot closer to this Andrew Jacked in this shot than you would probably believe. And if I had to say, he's beating Jacked in the wheel department and the silhouette. But I'm still going to give it to Jacked. It's just a little bit too detailed. Detail. And awesome as well. But yes. Go back to the beautiful bean footage, leading us, of course, to the turn to the side, freeze frame it. Interesting. This is a very tight one. Very tight one indeed. And like I said, I like to use the closer up pictures to see conditioning, things of that nature. But gosh darn it, there is no close up shot of Samson Dauda here from the Arnold Classic UK. But you know what? You know what? He is getting an exemption. Remember the smart kids used to get exemptions from the exams? And it's like, why not make them take it? You're going to get an A anyway. But anyway. Yes, Samson Dauda, I think that he can beat everybody in this side chest. He is beating them in the lower half. I think that he's beating them all in the upper half, perhaps. So we're going to throw him first. And honestly, guys, it seems like Derek's losing this one. But let's have a close look. And this is not to take away from Superset Man's beautiful bean footage that he gave us. But take a look, if you will. Yes, the silhouette, things of that nature. Derek, he's shorter. Doesn't look as ripped in the arms. Things of that nature. But he is cleaning up on the lower half, I'm here to tell you. And he is so bubbly and round. Peck for peck. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And the more I look at Nick Walker, he has a more aesthetically pleasing and perhaps more of a complete side chest than even Hadi Choopan. So, don't want to offend any of you Hadyites. I know there's plenty of you out there. Andrew Jack, with his height, I figured that he should be a little bit thicker. So it'll be a battle for fourth and fifth between Andrew Jack and Hadi Choopan. Let's have a look at the back, guys. Enough fooling around with this competition. Mooney, Jesse the Batty, Ventura. Rear double is an interesting one, and it is between the three dudes in the center. Taking nothing away from Andrew Jack and Samson Dauda, but I believe the reason why Samson Dauda he's not winning Olympias is because he is not in the conditioning from behind as even Nick Walker, or especially Derek and Hadi, but that's to take nothing away from Nick Walker. I think he's just as peeled as well. So, who's winning between Andrew Jack and Samson Dauda? Well, I think that's easy. And I think it's a mathematical equation that has been 1 + 1 = 2 every time these guys take you by surprise and make you realize. Go toe-to-toe. It seems like they're similar structures, maybe even an edge to Andrew Jack. But the condition is what counts. And Samson Dauda beats Andrew Jack every time. So you can exclude the bookends, McMahon, Mooney, whatever you want to say, Gorilla, Monsoon, that's the original one, Mark's Minimum, Gorilla Monsoon, haha. So these are the three. This is your top three at the Olympia, guys. Realistically, come on. And each one has the qualities of a champion. Good balance there for Hadi. Thick lat insertions, nice condition, glutes, hamstrings, things of that nature. The most conditioned glutes, of course, Derek, and he is popcorn fart dry. Wow. Nick has the best hamstrings in the group, so he's not left hanging at all, and his back is holding his own against Hadi, against Derek. So man, oh man, is it a tight one. And I know you Hadi Choopan fans come in waves to destroy anybody that thinks that he's anything but the best, but I think Nick might even be just one hair slice more conditioned than he. Interesting. You'd have to be there. You'd really have to be there, I think. But as far as this competition is concerned, probably going to give Derek the win. Maybe the best upper-lower body in a battle for second place between the other two. Go to the next back shot. This is a tough competition, Superset Man. Now, as far as the rear lat spread is concerned, is this the same as the rear double? Are we excluding your Samson Daudas and your Andrew Jacks? And is it going to be the same occurrence between them two as far as the outcome? I think probably yes, although food for thought. Samson, he's not quite opened up as much as I would like to see him for his size, so Andrew Jacked, he's kind of beating him in both back shots with the little epithet, Samson wins due to condition. Now, as far as the other three, Nick, not the best. I'll tell you that right now. Not the best in the rear lat spread if you compare the rear double. So he may actually get third in this. Maybe. Maybe not. He looks pretty conditioned from behind. Now it's the age-old question. Who's winning between Derek and Hadi? Most people give Derek the rear double and then they give Hadi the rear lat. Well, I do not. I think that Derek, he's almost as good as Hadi in the rear lat, but I think he's just ultra conditioned. And that's what ticks so many people off when you tell them that. But those type of people avoid pictures like this. And no, this is not the Arnold Classic version of Hadi. He is more conditioned at the Arnold. How much more? A slice more. I don't think that he'd be touching Derek, though. So yes, pictures like this show us how good Derek was, and they show us exactly why Derek beat Hadi at the Olympia. So Hadi's going to have to get that shredded. It just looks like it hurts. Looks like it hurts. And I'm jealous of it. I'm just joking. Well, kind of. But anyway, that's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. Some of you ask me. I told you anyway, even if you don't. Here's the next shot, the side tricep. And I actually see Walker walking away with this side tricep pose. Lower half, he's actually kind of a sleeper in this one. Kind of sleeping on this guy. If he tweaks a little bit, I think that he could have won almost every shot here. But it's gotta be some big changes in that midsection. But from the side, guys, and I'll always say this, it's more of a genetic thing with Nick. He doesn't have that Derek Lunsford Victorian waistline, but as you can see from the side, he's got the best midsection out there. Second best. He's got the second best midsection out there, but it's close between him and the first. And when you compare him and the first, which is Hadi's got the second best midsection in this shot. Nick's beating him in the wheels, he's beating him in the arms, and even in the big man's chest. So Nick wins this one. Samson Dauda. Not winning in the midsection, that's for sure. But he is so gosh darn good everywhere else that it is a debate, for sure. Andrew Jacked, from the side, there's something I can't quite pinpoint. I'm not a huge fan, and it is always a back and forth with me between Derek and Hadi in the side tricep. Give it to Derek, he's winning on all aspects except for the midsection. Do you take the midsection and say, hold on, this is the centerpiece? Or should it be more emphasis placed on that midsection? It's tough, guys, it's tough. Usually pick Derek, but them Hadi fans are going to be all over me. Definitely. So maybe second place here for the big man, Samson Dauda. And maybe last for poor Andrew Jacked. Now go here. Oh, well, Andrew Jacked, if he was able to hit the other pose there, he would have did better. But Tyler Mannion said, and what the big man says has to go. And I actually agree with that. Side tricep, not a front tricep. But anyway, this is the abs and thigh. And when it comes to the abs and thigh, Andrew Jacked is second to none. Except for the dude that he has to stand beside here. I mean, yes, Hadi's beating him on the abs. They are sharper. I looked at a lot of close-up shots. His abs are a little bit sharper. And I think the last time I did give Hadi the edge. But you know what? Using this footage, you could change from time to time. Considering that a lot of the times I say could have went either way, but this time I vote for such and such. But I think Andrew Jacked gets a close second, or a close first. Here, Hadi gets the close second. Now, poor Derek, he is hitting the abs and thigh here. And you know what? Hey, he gets a lot of criticism. He doesn't actually strike it like this for very long. But He ain't no worse than the other two guys beside him, I can tell you that. Big midsections on both of them. They don't take no guff like Derek does, but I guess they're not winning Olympia titles, are they? So, good silhouette for Derek. Maybe the best out of the three for Samson, but geez Louise, guys. Soft to the touch would Derek's midsection be. Rock hard would Nick's, but he's got a little bit of a cassis, and so does Samson. So considering Derek pulls the best vacuum out of the bunch, shows a lot of ab control, we're going to give him the victory over Nick and Samson. Leading us into the last pose, the most muscular. Give it the old freeze frame. The old. The old guys say that, because they're old. Give it the old 1-2. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It is working for a guy like Hadi Choopan in this shot. All I see is his abs. They shine through. They shine through everybody's. Even Andrew Jack does not look as good and as peeled in the midsection as your Hadi Choopan, but this was never the best pose for him anyway. So we're going to kind of swoop those two guys to the side, Andrew Jack and Hadi. One's first, one's last. I think that it could go either way between Derek, Nick, Samson. Pan back footage like this, Nick probably looks the best. But Samson, he's tilted a little bit. So it takes from his silhouette a little bit. I think if he was straight on, he'd show that he is a great big manly man. They're all really big men, but Samson is a huge big dude. Huge. Kind of sound like I was saying, pew. When you smell like cabbage or something, be like, pew. I used to open up those Tupperware dishes, cold chicken, and rice and broccoli. You could hear everybody go, pew, pew. I said, that's my meal, boys. Get her into ya. But anyway, yes. Hate to get sidetracked like that. You could beat around the bush and tell stories like that and pick Samson, then Nick, then Derek, and you could be right. Or you could give Nick the win. You could even go as far as giving the old pillowy soft Derek the first prize. At least with those three, we're steady on Hadi winning. It's just too much of a beast. Bullets would deflect off this guy. Pew! Like when you used to whip gravel at the pavement. You guys remember me talking about that? No? Yeah. So at the end of the day, it will remain of some debate. Because these are picture and video comparisons, guys. These are, of course, for fun. And here are my almost laughable results. Yes, we have Hadi Choopan pulling off the big win with, oh my goodness, we have a tie for second between Nick and Samson. Ridiculous. And in fourth place, Derek Lunsford. Are you kidding me? With Andrew Jack, which I'm not surprised, Andrew Jack falling in fifth place here. So, realistically, I'm going to go ahead and put Nick Walker ahead of Samson Dauda because he was more conditioned, I believe, overall more conditioned. But Samson Dauda, that's debatable too. You could argue that he was much more aesthetically pleasing. But you have to go one way or the other in these picture comparisons. So why does Derek lose so many of these picture comparisons? I'll tell you why. Because he is much more conditioned on stage. If you are there to see the type of condition that, for instance, that close-up picture I showed of the guy. But not only that, these are pictures, still photos. The judges, this is close, guys. I wouldn't just pick these winners. I would actually say, hit the pose several more times, and whoever tires, they won't be able to snap the shots as good. And Derek Lunsford is a champion in that aspect. He stays flexed. He poses all night long. So things of that nature are going to push him ahead. And not only that, but this upsets people. The striated glutes. Yes, the condition from behind matters big time. And I mean big time. But that is your Superset Man challenge. Go over to Superset Man's channel, subscribe, watch his video. I'm sure he'll let you know all of the other channels that are getting involved in this exciting concept. Thank you, Superset Man, and thank you guys. Have a nice one.